pulled over right now in the Evo 8 with no registration on her. How's it going, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm Lieutenant Police Department.
I already know why you're pulling me over, no plate.
Yeah, not doing you much good there, is it?
I know.
All right.
Good morning, boys. Welcome back to the channel. A little interesting start to today's video. We just got pulled over in the Evo 8, and currently I'm stupid. Literally don't have a plate on the car right now. I was gonna go get a temporary plate today. I need to transfer the title still, just haven't had time. I know it's just an excuse. And I don't have any sort of paperwork for the car on me, so they don't even know if I own the car. So it's gonna take a while. I'm sure I'll be here for a minute. Might as well shut her down and chill.
Yo.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real long minute. I just got pulled over. So you might need to go to the house and get the title for me because they don't think I own the car.
What car is it?
That blue 8.
What the fuck? What did you get pulled over for? No plate?
Yeah, no plates.
Jesus. Okay. Alright, man. Well, yeah, just let me know. It's no problem. If I need to run up there, just let me know.
Alright, we'll do.
Alright.
Later.
All right, man. So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna keep your hands up on your steering wheel. I'm gonna step here to the front, look at the VIN,
Sounds
run
good.
it, and then we're all gonna go our merry way.
Sounds good, man.
You a photographer?
Yeah, videographer. Yeah, I do YouTube stuff.
In Brezza.
It's a Mitsubishi.
What's that?
Mitsubishi Lancer.
Oh. Sorry, maybe a Mitsubishi Lancer. My apologies. I should know better.
They're similar, man.
Yeah.
They're very similar.
Any guess what the fine is for not having a licensed vehicle on the road?
I don't know, a couple $100.
No insurance. 550? 550.
550?
550.
That's a lot of mods.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's a lot of little turbos.
It is.
You and your friends doing all the work on the car? Or you just
Yeah, me and my buddies.
What's it do at the track?
George.
Haven't ran it yet.
26.
Probably slow right now. It's all stock motor wise. I just bought a turbo kit for it yesterday, so.
That's under 15 then, huh?
Yeah, stock they're probably 13, mid 13s, high 13s.
That's still pretty good.
I mean, that's not bad.
All right, so I'm not telling you what to do,
Yeah.
but I'm telling you that once I let you go, if you drive, these guys can pull you over and write your tickets. I can
Okay.
pull you over again and write your tickets. And, you know, yada, yada, yada. You need to find a way to get your car around and licensed without driving it around without a license.
Yeah.
Okay? This time you're driving this around, you're like free pickings for your average traffic police officer who...
Well, I will. I'll just have a buddy grab a license or a temporary plate for me and bring it down here.
Yeah, no problem, man. Have a good day.
All right, bro. Here's the scoop. You're gonna have to go to the DMV for me and get a temporary plate. If it's easier, you can just come pick me up.
Where are you, bitch?
I'll meet you at the Riddler. I'm literally 2 feet from there.
Damn, son, this day is some straight fuckery already.
It could have been such a big fine. The cop was so chill though. All right, so here's the current situation. Got let off. The car is not registered. It's not insured. That's completely illegal, which I know it's my bad. I'm stupid for driving it like that. And I was just gonna literally get a temporary plate today, so it is legal. But I got let off. Jared is gonna come down here. He's gonna come pick me up. We're gonna go get a temporary plate, come back, so we can actually drive the car. Cop said that if I drive away right now, anyone else could pull me over and they could give me the biggest fine in the world if they wanted. But the cop that pulled me over was super chill, so I'm thankful for that. Damn, this day is getting sick. So I tried to make it down to Bobby's work, which is like literally 5 seconds away. The second I turn onto the road, just to like literally turn one corner and come here, I saw another cop pull behind me, so I was like frantic, and then I just literally destroyed a wheel off of a curb. Thank God they are the XXRs and not the other wheels that we have coming in for this thing. That's definitely fixable. Kind of sucks though.
Ooh, the curb ate it off. Damn, babe. Holy crap, look, it's all the way around.
I know.
You might as well just do the whole other side.
That's what else just happened.
What?
I just destroyed my wheel.
What do you mean?
He curved it.
I had to run from the cops.
What one?
The right rear.
Ooh.
So we're gonna go get a license. Jared came to save the day, by the way.
Yeah.
We're gonna go get a temporary plate, put it on this car, and then I can actually drive it legally. We got a temporary plate for the whip, so we're good. We're gonna put this thing in the car, and we're gonna go back to the shop. I should try to fix that wheel a little bit. It's a little roasted, but at the same time, I have other better, cool stuff to do. We're gonna tune the car today and try to make some sauce, but let's do it. We made it back safe and sound to the shop. I got my temporary plate on there. Stressful morning, 11 o'clock. Getting a 3-hour late start. But first thing I want to do today is actually, do a little finger mods. I keep seeing you guys comment about drilling it, and this thing hurts like a mofo. It's getting worse by the day. So, I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm nervous. I'm actually very, very afraid of needles or anything like stabbing my body. I don't know why. Anything else I'm cool with, but like needles freak me out. And I freaking hate it. And maybe drill bits won't freak me out, but they probably will. So what you're gonna wanna do for this mod is a 1/16 drill bit. I'm gonna use my hand as a drill. Just do this. It's almost too big of a bit. Let me clean this one real quick. Sanitary is key here. A few methods later, we ended up with a paper clip, sharpened with the file, heated up, and I got this giant hole in my nail. I don't know if you guys really wanna see. So if you don't wanna see, skip forward 15 seconds. That's what it looks like. That hurts. Like a mother. Bro. We're done with the first mod for the day. I apologize if you guys had to see that. It was pretty gnarly, but I think it's gonna feel a lot better now that we fixed that issue. So big shout out to you guys for giving me that idea. Let me sit down real quick. Here's the plan for today. We wanna tune this car. Even if we do put that big turbo kit on here, which I really do think that is gonna go on this car, the car does not run good whatsoever. So we're gonna do a few simple bolt-ons today. Go to speed density, new fuel pump. That's about it. Just a few little things and get this car tuned and make it some good power how it sits. Because I do not have all the parts to do the big turbo kit right now. We need a bigger fuel system, so injectors and a bigger pump, probably a bigger intercooler, maybe a clutch, and we still need to build a downpipe and a lowered intercooler pipe and an intake for that turbo kit. So for now, we're gonna tune the car how it is, and we're just gonna turn it way up how it is, because right now it's on like 10 PSI and it does not run good. It runs like poop. Oh wow, got a lot of rubbing going on. We're gonna raise the car up a little bit. I actually decided that last night when I drove it home that it likes to rub a lot, and I don't like to rub a lot. So we're gonna raise the whole car 1/2 inch real quick. Just get it done, get it out of the way. That's the thing with coilovers, is they always settle a little bit. These ones settled like quite a bit. I feel like they settled maybe like 3/8 of an inch. We're just gonna go up 1/2 inch though. 1/2 of an inch, what was that at? 3/4? That's the wrong way. So much tire on the fender, wow. We're gonna move on to some power mods, which I know a lot of you guys are eager to see. So we have to install everything in this box today. We have to install AFR gauge today. Probably that too, probably this too. Oh, and this too. So the current plan for the car is just to make like some decent reliable power as is. That is the goal. Chag tuned will be tuning this car. He did Jared's Evo 10, and I was very, very impressed with not only how fast he was, but how good the car runs now. It was very, very quick. Like, he was very quick with getting back to emails, and that was dope. That's very nice when you're e-tuning. So everything that we're gonna be installing, very simple mod. Electronic boost controller, wideband AFR gauge, you're gonna need one of these if you're gonna e-tune. We are going to speed density. We need an intake air temp sensor. We already got that installed on the car. This is the wiring for that. This is from Spooling Up. All this does is plug into the factory math wiring, and then that will run down to the intake air temp sensor. So there's no wiring needed, it's all plug and play. Fuel pump, we're gonna be running a Walbro 255 LPH. Nothing crazy, obviously if we do go to the 6266 on this car, we're gonna need to step it up to like a single 450 for pump gas. Omni 4-bar map sensor, you need to go to either a 3-bar or 4-bar, especially when going to speed density, especially when trying to go higher boost levels. You need one of these. EGR block off plate, we're gonna be doing a full EGR and evap delete on the car. All that's super simple to do. EGR wise, all we're gonna do is pull off the whole EGR system. There's a ton of wiring that we don't need. And then there's the big EGR, what would you call that? Like, it's not the solenoid, EGR, just the EGR system on the intake manifold, which you need the block off plate for. The car already has an intake, the car already has exhaust. It does have that TME 6.5 turbo and tubular manifold. This is just all full bolt-ons, and this should make some pretty fun, decent, reliable power. Everything that we're installing today, I will have linked down in the description box below. And if you want to use Chag as your tuner, I'll have linked down below as well. Let's start with eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's do all the stuff in the engine bay first. So fuel pump is later. We need this, this. What did I blow out? Why do I have oil everywhere? Oh, I know what it is. I opened the hood and there's oil everywhere. And I was trying to think, and what this actually is, remember that aluminum chunk we found? There was that cap on the bottom. So this hole is empty right now. So oil is coming out of this hole because someone broke the valve cover. So we need to like plug that. Ideally, what we need to do is pull the valve cover off and have it welded. But for now, I'm just gonna thread in a 6mm bolt, throw a little bit of thread sealer on there, and then clean up all of this because now we have a disaster. That's super funny actually. That makes me chuckle. We're gonna do the speed density setup first. So we're gonna pull off all this right here. MAF is no longer needed. I took this filter, this is the ETS speed density filter, and it's gonna go in place of all of this right here. All right, this filter won't work. We're gonna have to change the setup somehow. What could I do? What could I do? What could I do? I don't want to build a whole new intake. What if I just vent that to atmosphere? Would that work? I kind of prefer that better. So if you take this, you slide that guy on there. Little 1-inch sleeve. Clamp. Just a lot of clamping going on. This is what we're gonna do. This is what I'm thinking. I'm gonna go to AutoZone, or maybe I should go on their site real quick, see if they have a filter like this that just has a longer little thing on it, a little snout thingamabobber. If they don't, we're just gonna take this coupler. We're gonna go to like Home Depot or something, get a tiny 3-inch pipe, just a very short one, put it on there, and then clamp the filter to the pipe. Not the best solution in the world, but it's the only solution that I can think of today that will get this car on the road. I went to O'Reilly's and got some goodies. They had this little 3-inch pipe right here, and I got a 3-inch Bummy Spectra filter because they were out of K&Ns. And then I came back to the shop and realized I should have just brought this with me and checked, but the intake is like a 3 1/4 or maybe even a 3 1/2. I already wasted an hour doing all that crap, so I'm not gonna waste more time. That's how she's gonna sit. Nothing different. Cool. All right, next mod. We have to go about our EBCS, electronic boost controller. This factory setup is going to be removed. This right here is the factory boost controller. So unplug that. It's the wiring. Take that off the BOV. And then there's one that goes to the wastegate. That whole bracket, do we need? Not really. That whole bracket's ugly. Let's pull the whole bracket off. Here is the factory boost control solenoid. Bummy, can't really make much steady boost levels with it. And this is like a little factory airbox bracket that we don't need. So both these guys, junk. Now we're gonna come over to our new boost control solenoid. This is the GM3 port. There's two typical setups you can do. One being the GM3 port, that it's kind of like a DIY setup. You do have to wire in a resistor. And then there's obviously the EBCS that Grimspeed makes. This setup is quite a bit cheaper. Let me show you guys how it's done. So the first thing we are going to do is wire in this resistor. This is a 10 ohm, 1 watt resistor with the wiring facing this way. So the plugs are here, wiring going this way. It's gonna go in the bottom wire. So we're just gonna splice that in and then connect these two wires to the boost control wiring that's on the car. So I really don't think it matters which wire gets the resistor, and when we connect these to the car, I don't think it matters which wire on this new EBCS goes to which wire on the car wiring. I'm just wiring it exactly how I did it on the Black Evo 8 because we were on the same setup on the Black Evo 8 and that setup has ran perfect forever. All right, this is what we ended up with. That's how she looks. Now let's move on to the plumbing. There's 3 ports on here. Port A, Port B, Port C. Port A is the top left. That is going to go to our wastegate. Port B is going to go to intake, or we can just vent that to atmosphere, doesn't matter. Port C right here is going to go to the compressor. So all you really need is compressor right here, wastegate up on the top here. This here is the vacuum line we're running. I find that the 4mm thickness works best for these boost controllers. Okay, so this is how everything turned out. This is the wiring for the boost controller. That is where we have the boost controller mounted. Hoses run down, connect to the turbo down there. Let me show you guys the speed density setup real quick. So we have our intake air temp sensor mounted on the upper intercooler pipe, which is sitting right there, kind of out of the way. A lot of times I'll have it mounted up here, but I feel like it's a lot cleaner down where we put it. So let's grab our harness from spooling up, this little guy here. And like I said earlier, plug and play. That side plugs in to where the MAF plugs in. That side plugs into the sensor. Boost control is done. Speed density is done. I did figure out a way to mount this intake. I just plugged off, or this filter I mean. I just plugged off the intake right there. Temporary setup, vent to atmosphere, no recirc going on here. This bad boy is gonna sit on like that. Chill like that. Nice. Once again, slightly temporary on that plug on the intake. Now we're gonna move on to EGR delete. So here's the thing. I'm debating with myself whether or not I want to go all out right now and do a full like harness tuck. So there's this harness right here that a ton of stuff comes off of, and on the Black 8 I have all of that tucked underneath the intake manifold. It's super clean. It's just it's kind of a long process. And then also we need to figure out all this jankiness going on here. So I don't know when I'm gonna have time to do all that. I don't know if it's worth trying to get all that done today. I might, I guess we'll see. I'm just gonna pull off the strut tower bar, pull off this upper intercooler pipe, get that EGR block off plate installed, and then I will decide from there if I wanna go all out right now, or if I should save that for a different day. All right, so being that we're deleting so much stuff on here. So all this right here gets pulled off. This is all evap stuff. There's two options here. We can either just loop that with one of these hoses or throw some caps on there. If I don't have caps here, I'll just loop it real quick and that'll be good. So for now, this is gonna go like that because I don't have plugs and I'm sick of running errands. That's gonna go like that. This is gonna get pulled off. That will be capped. This is going to be pulled off, this whole hard line right here. And then this goes straight to the BOV, so I'll just run a nice clean hose underneath this intercooler pipe to the BOV. This block off plate right here is replacing this. Now they don't include a new gasket, so we're gonna reuse our old gasket. They do include new hardware. The old bolt, she's a little bit long. Okay, EGR block off is done. Now there's 1,000 things that we can remove. Evap stuff is all gonna go bye-bye. We don't want it. We don't like evap. We don't like, what's evap? Whatever, we don't like it. All right, boys, so I'm back here, you know, dicking around, pulling off all this EGR, evap stuff. And I find the wires for office coming off this harness. I'm like, huh, what's that for? So I reach down there, follow it. It's for the knock sensor. Knock sensors are very handy when you're tuning. So yeah, glad I found that. See how much cleaner that is? Already, all that BS is gone. That'll be like cleaned up a little bit. EGR evap's done. Right now we're gonna hit the map sensor. So we're doing a 4-bar because we probably are gonna send it to the moon one day. Coda! Dude, that thing's almost as fast as Coda. Beautiful. Let's just finish the engine bay real quick. 3 seconds. All right, we're all finished up the engine bay, 100% done. We are gonna move on to the fuel pump now. It looks way cleaner. Perfect. I made a mistake this morning, boys. I really did. anytime you think you're gonna do a fuel pump, don't fill up your fuel tank like I did. But we're 100% full on fuel now, because now I'm gonna spill gas everywhere. So to pull out the fuel pump, you're gonna take out the seat. To take out the seat, you pull little tabs. There's this plate right here. Here's the fuel pump. We have 3 lines, got 3 hoses here, and then this wiring plug-in. Take all that off, take the 8mm nuts off, and the fuel pump assembly will be removed. And here comes the gas leaks. We got the old setup out. This is what the old pump looks like. This is what the Walbro 255 looks like. I'm high as well from gas. So if I start slurring my words or pass out, you'll know why. So basically what we have to do, this little ring right here, that came off. That one, put it back on this one. Plugs right into the factory harness. Plug that guy in. Make sure you have the O-ring down in there. Push on a little bit. Done. Should we do a base map real quick, see if she runs? I already have it. This is how the car looks, half-inch tire, by the way. It looks good other than my curb wheel, but they're so much cleaner now. And that's gonna be nice for never worrying about scraping. So this is about the same exact height that the Black Evo weight's at. Nice and good looking, but nice and stancy at the same time. So right now we have the email all loaded up from Chag, and we are gonna open up our base map. All we're doing tonight is just a base map install in the car. We cannot move on to tuning until we install the wideband, which I do not have time tonight. Bobby needs some help with her website because she's launching tomorrow, and I need to go help her with that. So I just want to get this car up and running so we can just drive it more easily. Let's open this guy up in EC Flash. I just want to hear it run. That's it. We have it loaded up right now in EC Flash. Son of a gun. I don't know if I can reflash it at all. So on an 8 and a 9, there is a reflash connector that goes from like a port near the OBD2 port, and then it plugs into the Tactrix cable. That connector is on the Black Evo 8, which is the Black Evo 8 at the house. And that's a bit of a drive, so we cannot do that tonight. That sucks. I really wanted to hear the car run, but first thing tomorrow, I'm gonna grab that, I'm gonna bring that connector here, we're gonna reflash the car, I'm gonna install the wideband, and then we can just literally probably tune all day tomorrow, and maybe get done tuning tomorrow. That'd be sick. So with that being said, that's gonna be it for tonight, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out. I'll see you tomorrow.